news. We had the full Sesko announcement. Signs for United, looking good in red. Still don't know about the rose tattoo on the neck there. I've been watching some interviews with him at Leipzig. If you go on YouTube, there's tons of behind-the-scenes interviews with Sesko. Seems, a bit of an awkward lad, but nice guy. Like, if you look at the apartment he lives in Leipzig, this kid is pretty modest compared to where he's stepping up to United. So it's good to see. Seems like he's all business, Amram's not going to have to worry about him. He knows what this opportunity means. I have a feeling Sesko is going to do well, but we have to. My gut tells me he's not going to hit the 20 in the league that we need. It would be a huge win if we get 20 all comps, considering, we're not a lot of competitions without Europe. It's really realistically, he maybe hit 15 all comps. But next year is when you should see him hit his stride. So it's really the season before he breaks out right now is my expectation. So everyone should just probably relax a little on he's going to change the game. If he does, it's amazing. But right now I'm sort of feeling, this is the season before he starts hitting the RVP levels of goals for United.
He reminds me of Zlatan, actually. No, well, absolutely, sir. I think he's 22. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. 22-year-old Slovenian, 6'5", of course, signed a 5-year deal. Contract signing fee was 66.3 plus 7.4, so 73.7 million pounds, right around the Rasmus Højlund deal, which is crazy. And over the past 2 seasons, Sesko has scored the most goals of any player under the age of 23 in Europe's top 5 leagues. Like you mentioned, he scored 21 goals and registered 6 assists for RB Leipzig in the last season across all comps. 41 caps, 16 goals for Slovenia, becoming the country's youngest ever debutant in 2021. And I think he's going to take some time too. And I think that's why, I was definitely leaning Watkins at certain times, but 60 versus 74 for a 22-year-old versus a 30-year-old, this is definitely the deal to make. He's just going to need a little more time, but I think Embolo and Kuna take some of the pressure off. So I think low to mid teens EPL, maybe high teens all comps, like a goal every other game. I think he's good for that and can only get better. So I'm super excited about the signing. I like how United got it done. He only wanted Manchester United. He's been a Manchester United fan since he was 9 years old. So once again, they followed the same playbook as they did for Cunha and Mbeumo. They found players that want to play for United first and foremost. Champions League is a bonus. You lock them up, get them all in on United. If somebody else can agree a transfer fee that's not United, even better. And then we kind of come in and say, hey, he wants us. And it worked again. So Vivelli got this one right. This is a player he's known for a long time since he was actually at the RB setup. I'm glad we got him in. He follows the Euro model. Find the best up-and-comer in his position under 23s, and this is Benjamin Sesko. So I'm fucking pumped. A player of the future. INEOS are looking ahead, and I couldn't be happier, sir. I don't love the tattoo, but you know what? He seems a good kid, and I can't wait to see him on the pitch.
Yeah, but I mean, if your boy came up with you with a rose neck tattoo, be.
What would you say, bro?
It's got to be a good story. He's got to have a good story. He's got to have a good story about that thing. I'm sure he does. But at the end of the day, United have an elite target man, one that should have been nowhere near. And that's ultimately where United fans, where we were in the mud. We were in the mud, 15th, lost to Tottenham, no Champions League football, and we're getting the top striking prospect in Europe. This is why United has the amazing pull. That's why there's the buzz around the fan base. That's why there's the good vibes. Now, I'm just trying to tell everyone, we've seen this movie before. If you think about the ownership and these deals that they're doing, yes, they're getting younger, but this is the same playbook from the Glazers. There's a reason why Ashworth was fired. He wants to do it low and slow. Sign young players, maybe like Baleba, before paying $100 million for him. United's going back to the big ticket, red meat, get the fans on side, fired up, sir. We're eating it. We're all fired up. We're just eating it again. How many times have we been here? It's the same playbook. Big money splash, gets the fans excited. We only have 3 players. We probably need 7. Ashworth would sign 7 players, each for 30 to 50 million, maybe even younger, and let them grow over time at Manchester United. We're going high for the signings like Sesko, so he has to score 20 goals in 2 or 3 years, otherwise it's a bust. It's the same playbook we did with Højlund, although he's a different player than Højlund. I actually rate Sesko. He's the number one. I haven't rated a signing Manchester United has done since they brought Ronaldo back. I haven't rated one of them. Other than Mason Mount, who's been injured, but I still think he's a player. This is the Mount and Sesko are the two that I actually like since Ronaldo came back. Every single one I've just been a little puzzled by ultimately. Obviously, we had the Eric Ten Hag signings. So this is a good one, but I'm also a little concerned. We kind of went red meat, splash the cash. Not a lot of Dogus in there, which I feel like that's more. We need the splash the cash plus the Dogus, sir. I need a young midfielder with a lot of energy. I need a young, promising goalkeeper. I just feel like if you just go all cash splash like Sesko's, you need to have it. It's an and, not an or. And I feel like we're missing a big component of this window where we need to get younger and hungrier.
Well, I think there is something to be said that like INEOS are definitely a different breed than the Glazers and the Murtaugh Woodward crew. Like they're better on their recruitment without a doubt. But I think they work best when they have the complements of big ticket signing, like a Sheshko, fucking top prospect in European football for his position in the under 23 age group. And at the same time, you complement that with like a fucking Dogu, who's like a diamond in the rough, 20 million pound deal, who's like all physicality and pace and can become an elite wingback. Having $1 million deal, like he already looks a player. Already
No,
looks
I
better than some players that play.
the
So I
the
think
million pound
it's
deals
also
are great.
like old United would just sign Sheshko. We would not have signed Embolo and Kuna. We would have just signed this fucking 22-year-old and be like, good luck. Once again, I think the pressure is taken off him a
No,
little
they
bit.
pivoted. Ineos pivoted, dude. The Sheshko signing, they changed. Once you get a taste for the big money red meat and the fans screaming in it, like Jim got a taste and he's
Fancy.
going all in. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's something about this where it's like, let's not remember they laid 200 people off. What, 5 months ago? And we're like, we don't have any money, and then they just blow all this cat, and it's like these signings have to work.
Have to.
Have to.
No, they're
work.
pushing for top four. They want to go back to Europe. They're like, if
Yes,
they go
exactly.
back,
Yes,
they're
they
like,
have to
we're
get back
like,
into
we
Europe.
have to get back in the top four.
Yes.
That's what this is. This is all about getting back into Europe. It's like we're gonna do everything we need to do to get back into Europe because otherwise we're fucked.
No, I'm positive about it, but there's a part of me that just kind of like, are we just doing the same strat as like the big money red meat, which I love. There's nothing better than like throwing red meat to the plebeians high in the stance. But I'm also like a little nervy because if you look at this team from how we're made up, striker was important, but I think the midfield coming off of last season, Ugarte firing a little bit of a blank there, that's why the next signing is like so critical